help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual. We can finally do some beach reading.
Let's get to it. Talk about it. Turn it loose, 40-23. The Jaguars jumped on Haney's back and came through, connecting with his receivers for 414 yards and then win. An unbelievable output for Galloway. Of course, Poppy Galloway embarrassed the Dolphins secondary to the tune of 163 yards receiving. And the Ravens' victory today on the ground, 84 points. Barkley is their go-to man. Their win over the Lions, rewarding the team's faith in him by scoring 6 rushing touchdowns. That says to me, I want to win a MVP once again, solidify in many ways. So here we go. So you still got Cardinals are relied on the passing game, and Camden delivered, throwing 4 touchdowns as the Cards down the Atlanta Falcons. And that's big for the quarterback to have throw 4 touchdowns against a top-tier team like this, 49-21 with the Cardinals on top. A man amongst boys, 31-28. This came out to me, last person with the ball, Hines or the Saints offense. But the Patriots could find no one to cover Wesley Snipes II. And this is what I've been waiting to see. When a dog behind the sticks go get them a dog off a team that the guy's a puppy playing with dogs, this is what you see. And as he took his time, because that guy wasn't developed, Wesley Snipes came out with Poppy Galloway, the top 2 receivers in that draft. Went in 2 different entirely directions. Poppy Galloway went in the direction of having some of these guys in the league saying the commissioner's team, commissioner this, commissioner that. No respect to how I build, no respect to how I win all the time, no respect to how I'll be having people up there in awards all the time. And then Snipes went to the Rams and just didn't do anything for 3 straight seasons. So those developed changes everything. But then he goes to Hollywood Saint, and he can play. He can throw the ball and run the ball. And in the process of working on it, just think about it. He got him way early in the season, and then just now he's showing that what he was capable of doing. But he took the time to, get him going. And that's what happens when you play multiple players and you get stats with multiple players versus Dick riding a guy all game long for 8 seasons straight, and then you mad your backups don't look like everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that. Ain't got nothing to do with the commissioner. The commissioner edit other people's teams more than he edit his own damn team. Simple as that. I give out shit to everybody. So with that being said, let's knock it off. You know what I'm saying? Are you either going to develop a Wesley Snipes or he going to sit on a team where you just can't develop and he just looks like shit when he was the top receiver in the draft. Simple as that. 49ers. My bad. The Washington football team, 34-31. This is a big game right here. I think coming out of this week, we great find out who won the NFC East. We great find out who won all the divisions, but the NFC East was the time, the bomb ticking over there, where Harold Burgers was winning it coming into week 17. The Eagles upsetting the Giants, sweeping them. The Redskins splitting with, the football team splitting with the Giants and the Eagles. And I think they all got the same amount of losses right now. So we great find out. I know the football team was already at this point playing the 7th seed. I don't know if this win against the Cowboys helped him, because if he does win the division, that puts him in a game against one of the top tier teams in the league, which is the Packers. So I don't know if that's a good matchup to come into the playoffs with. Like, you just can't get a break. 7th seed had you playing Falky last year, the year before that playing Falky. Now you win a division and you get a home game, but then you playing a dog over there as well. No protection, 21-30, no protection at all. So the pass rush was a critical component, and the Titans win. And this Titans team, to me, is showing up, showing off. I know they tied with the Jaguars. They couldn't beat the Jaguars. Jaguars beat them and tied with them, but they played it. They played a hell of a year this year, man. That's 2 seasons in a row that they over here doing some things. And Ty Cash at quarterback is showing us that this is his football team, but that defense is showing off right now, man. I didn't see this coming. 31-21. We had to wait for this game. I'm quite sure Corey, after having to wait a couple of days to play this game, an extra day to play this game, probably lost interest. I would think that would be his conversation. But 31-21, man. And what the Jets does is shows us that he has the ability to be great, but he's inconsistent. He has yet put it together to show us that he is an elite player in this league, which deems the fact that when he get big wins like this, it's not a respectable win. Most guys are going to look at this and just say something went wrong, probably mad and something. They're not going to respect that he can absolutely line up with anybody because he has probably the best team in the league. But the Jets isn't a consistent winner in the eyes of everybody. He's not in the chat. He don't talk shit. He's quiet. Only time you hear anything out of him is when you hear me saying shit. So you don't really get to see what he's done with his team over there building wise right now. But if you look at the Jets team, they are deep at every level, 1, 2, 3, third position. They have guys that can go start anywhere in the league on this roster. So you get caught slipping, you playing a good roster right now. So all he got to do is put it together and be consistent. And by doing that, puts him in a situation where he can do some things like this. I told y'all this during season 2 and 3, coming down the stretch. The football team over here and the Jets in the AFC were going to be teams that were going to be really tough. And I'm quite sure there's guys watching right now that's saying, yeah, okay, but you just can't control a person that know how to build a team, keep a team built, keep a team together, versus guys that can't do it. And it's a lot of guys winning ball games, and that we consider top 5, top 10 players that just don't know how to build a roster. It's just that simple. And they'll start losing games, and usually when that happens, they lose interest in the league. So we're going to see some things. That's why I called this season the reload season. A lot of things got to happen for people to keep staying relevant. With that being said, let's take a look and see what happens. So the Titans found all sorts of holes in the Chargers defense, going to the Jets 243. If you are going to beat the Chargers, you're going to do it this way, beating them through the ground. It's not too many teams out there that can throw the ball all over the Chargers and get the victory. You got, like, I know when I play them, it's run and passing, but the run is what I do, and the passing is because the run is so powerful. I do know the Bengals will throw the ball and throws the ball just like him at the same time. And I think he's probably one of those teams that can match up with him, throwing the ball all game long, especially with that throwing scheme, that mesmatic scheme. If you're not smart enough or you don't understand concepts and what's going on, you ain't gonna better stop Joe Burrow when he's not suspended at all. He's gonna make plays all game long. Because when you got a scheme and you got a thing you do, it's easier to read the field versus running different plays. When you got a scheme that you can apply to any play you run, it's easy to read the field, and that's what makes Joe Burrow dangerous. This is why I think Jay, the coach over there for the Bengals, is one of the most dangerous passers in the league. Here we go. Camden couldn't be better. I know this was a good game, 31-38, week 16. With the perfect passing rate and 153. And this is the crazy thing. Like, you get a couple of guys that don't play their games, you get computer games, a top guy is going to work on his weakness. So what happens is you get into these computer games, you get some that play the computer and do exactly what they do against users with the same player, and you get those guys that look to build the players they need to build in those games. And that's what happened, because now you see why Fee playing at a level where he don't even look like a rookie. And it ain't his fault he played a couple of computer games. But I say that to say, when you get those computer games and you work on a player you need to work on, the one player that can hurt you in the playoffs, you're working on him, it gives you a higher chance of him playing at a higher level when he get in those playoffs. Although the playoffs is a different monster. And for it being a different monster, those rookie quarterbacks are going to show their rookiness somewhere along the line in those playoff games. Those guys that can run the football really well will be able to hide it a little better. But don't be stuck having to throw the ball or play from behind with these rookie quarterbacks, and you're going to be highly disappointed for sure. So we got number one ball hawk. All right, so when it comes down to it, I went over records last night, late night. Open the record books, though. Isaiah Simmons has finally broken the career interception record. I told y'all he moved in front of a guy that we don't even know, Pete Cross, in the all-time list. So what happens is this guy is on his way to 100 interceptions in a career, and that's big. I think the closest person to that is Darwin James. And with that being said, I think he's about 20 to 30 off right now, behind with the number of picks he got right now. So, flat out. So he got better hands than 60% of the receivers in this league, and I agree with that. Here we go. So Lamar Jackson and Delvin Kidd been on the show today. Yeah. Get the ball to your weapons. That's what it comes down to. Delvin Kidd is a really highly talented rookie quarterback that I think we're gonna see some. He got a hot name too, Delvin the Kid. But yeah. So anyway, I think he's gonna do some things in this league, and I think he's great. Get that AFC East a problem coming back into that sophomore campaign. Unwelcome visitors, blah, 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 blah. So let's get to what we're here to get to. So week 17, we showed what happened. Let's get to the schedule a little bit. And let's take a look at some of these games that was played. So let's dig into the 49ers and this Falcon team. So the questions around this Falcon organization was, yes, you guys made it to the Super Bowl last year. Nobody and a mama trust the fact that you guys were that good. They think things happen. Layoff in the playoffs had some of the hot teams dry because they didn't play for a long time. Every excuse in the book. No one's going to credit you as the guy that knocked off three big opponents on your way to a Super Bowl opportunity. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to say that. But then you come back in this year, the year you're going to prove yourself, and you got the record. You're undefeated, the last undefeated team we had in the league. And then the talk came. Oh, he's getting forced wins, 50-50s, or he playing a computer game. No 50-50s, right? Oh, he playing a computer. Oh, shit, he ain't play nobody. You get that conversation. And then you get a stretch where you play somebody. And you lost every last one of those games. So that's scary going into this year's playoffs. I don't know if they can kick it in gear and change that fate. But when you go down a stretch like that, lose twice to a divisional rival with the Saints comes out of nowhere. Beat you twice. One of them was an ass whooping. And then you get to these Cardinals and lose to the Cardinals, top tier teams in the league. So you went from number 1 seed to number 2 seed down somewhere around 5. And shit happens like that. Let's get to the conversation though. Solari, I like this kid at quarterback. But here we go. 505 yards, gain. That's the game right there, 365. You get rushing yards, 173 to 217. Now, Herrera is stepping up, and he is tearing the league up as a running back right now. 332 passing yards to 148. Chain moving. They both was even. Stevens across the board, 14. Total yards gained, 514 for the Cardinals, 485 for the Falcons. Turnovers, 5-1. That's the ball game right there, man. So let's give a little shout out to 130.7 QB rating, 336 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. And on the opposite things, A.J. Solari. Just when I was talking about how good of a quarterback this guy really is, 53.4 rating, 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 picks, sacked 4 times. That's big. All right, so let's get to the rushing game. We know this kid getting the ball a lot. Speed demon, 22, 178, 8.12 touchdowns. He balled out. 4 broken tackles. We'll take it. Marshall Faulk does what Marshall Faulk always do. 19 carries, 134 yards, 7.12 teats. You get to the receiving game over here. Marshall Faulk, 6 out the backfield, 119 yards in the touch. Isabella still around, 5 for 119, 2 teats. Wiggins balled out, 1 for 83 in a bomb. Let's just walk by him. Ooh, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Roddy White is the guy over here. 4 catches, 75 yards and a touchdown. That's what we had over there. Defensively, we just want to see who got to the quarterback. That's all I want to see. Who got to the quarterback and who did it at a high level. Greg Brown with 2. Rashad Lawrence with 1. Raymond Hood with 1. Jesse Tuggle had 1 for the Falcons. AntHits. Isaiah Simmons breaking a record with that. Bringington, the linebacker, Sean Taylor at safety, and Candyman Willis, the linebacker that we talked about last night, with his INT in that game right there, bro. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about some of these games. Computer game, we'll not talk about that. Here we go, 69-33. This game got dropped, but Boone was winning big. Jets Chargers. We'll stay here. 386 yards, 388 yards. Chargers is going to put the yards up on offense. 242 to 48 rushing yards. Ball game, because he only threw for 144 here, 340 passing yards from the Chargers. Then you get down to total yards gained. Chargers won that. Turnovers, Chargers won that battle. It just came down to the run game. Time of possession, Chargers won that game. I just think the Chargers don't have the running game completely figured out yet. Deshaun Watson, 155.7 QB rating, 166, 1 touchdown, no picks. Herbert threw 2, but he threw the ball at a high level with 21 out of 35. And then 7 for 9 right here. That's better. That's all. I'm running the football. I ain't turning it over. Playoff recipe right there. 23 carries with Danny and 243, 10 yards, 11 yards a carry, pretty much 2 touchdowns on big time. And then Ricky Hendricks couldn't get it really going. 7 carries, 42 yards. Over here, Godwin still who he is. 5 catches, 109, 2 teats. Reek 3 for 93, went right by somebody on that secondary for a touchdown. Ridley over here now, 6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown, solid. You know what I mean? Defensively, when you talk about outside linebackers, the best outside linebacker in the league is Julius Peppers. He shows up, 8 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 sacks. Simple as that, right? Now let's see who got the turnovers in this game. Dory Jackson, we don't talk about him as a shutdown corner, but every week he's up here with a pick, and he's always in the top 10 when it comes down to defense. And then Darrell Reeves at the second as safety, sliding around with 1 pick in this game as well, bro. That's just how it goes when you go to the get-go. We had some big games played. I would have loved to see what happened with that Bills-Bengals game, but the game dropped. You know what I'm saying? So let's get out of here. Football team beat this team over here, the Cowboys, computer, Jaguars, Broncos. I'm not sure if they played this game. 40-23 though. Jaguars did what they had to do. But before I walk off and walk out of here, I don't got to show nothing but one thing over there. First of all, let me see what my boy Ease did. 104.1, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Posey had 3 touchdowns and 4 INTs. Rushing yards, 14 from 199. Even when he not running for 300 yards a game, look at the touchdowns. It's just that simple. What he said was, I'm the next MVP to win it twice. Simple as that. Charles Barkley is proving. Get out of here. Nobody feeding your little greedy ass. So at the end of the day, and I'm quite sure when you go to defense, if I go to INTs, it's going to be some safeties doing things over here, right? Antoine Winfield, look, Andres Pedro. That's just how it goes. Pedro Morales. He's one of the better users in the league when using safeties. Is Coach T over here, so that's how that works, right? Let's get to it. I need to talk a little bit. Let's go. All right, so that was this week's week 17, the little hold-ups and stuff. A lot of guys tanking right now. They try to get those draft picks right now. Let's look at this game. I can't just slide past this and not say R.T. Manning with 102.9, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks. If you're going to throw the ball against Nano, you're going to throw picks, period. You're going to throw them. I mean, just think about this. Patrick Mahomes had 1 yard through 2 interceptions. His longest play was 1 yard, 2 sacks. Oh my God, he threw the ball 7 times. This is disgusting. This was once the best quarterback in the league. I mean, how did this even happen? I mean, oh God. But then again, Naheem Hines, 18 carries, 311 yards. He averaged down there for 18 yards a carry and 4 touchdowns. That's just ridiculous. Wesley Snipes, the 6'5 assassin, 8 catches for 153 yards and a touchdown. I told you we finally going to see this guy be a guy right now over here, man. You can't do nothing about 6'5", 212 with speed. He got wheels, bunnies, and everything else to go along with it. Simple as that. All right. I mean, these Saints are scary coming down the stretch right now as well. Big wins, big wins. Like, I was told in the chat that the 2 losses he did take wasn't him losing. They were games he gave a forced win to. So he's confident right now, man. At the end of the day, in his eyes, he undefeated. Simple as that. All right. Right now, the playoff picture look like this before I advance. So, number 1 seed in the AFC is the Chargers. Number 1 seed in the NFC is the Cardinals. At number 2 in the AFC is the Ravens. At number 2 is the Saints. They'll be matched up against the Steelers. Ravens Steelers matchup 2 versus 7. 2 versus 7 in the East is Saints Washington. At 3 right now, 3 and 6. These numbers will change. 3, 6. 3 might stay the same, but 6, 4, and 5 will change in the AFC. 7, 6, 4, and 5 will change in the NFC. But right now, here's your matchups. Last year, playoff matchup. If the Patriots are in the playoffs and they stay at 4 somehow, they will match up with the Bengals. Jaguars will play the Jets, and then the Steelers will play the Ravens, as the Chargers waiting for, the guy with the worst record to come back and play them. Now, the Chargers lost a game, and the Ravens won their last game, which gave them an even record, 3 losses. I don't know how Madden is going to play this out, though, but that can change as well. 1 and 2 can also change. Ravens can end up winning the conference and getting the first round bye, depending on how Madden look at things, which will put Corey at the 2nd seed, and he could possibly be playing the Bengals, the Titans, or the Patriots. Remember I said that. Bengals, Titans, or the Patriots. Right? All right, so over here in the NFC, 2 will stay at 2, 1 will stay at 1. 3 going to stay at 3. But 6, 7, and 4 also can change. So 6, 7, and 4, Hillburgers was leading the division, lost to Boone. Hitter beat the Cowboys. I think they all got the same record. It's going to come down to who's going to win the division. I think at the end of the day, it will come down to the Eagles and the Washington football team, who's going to win that division. Yo, open the door for that crying ass cat, man. Yo, Julian. You want me to open the door for you, little girl? Hold on. Let's go get that door open. These little motherfuckers keep locking you out and shit. Oh, yeah, get her, man. I'm tired of hearing her cry, bro. So you open the door and let both these little motherfuckers out. All right, say no more. You're going to be crying when I start spitting at these little fucking cats. They get on my nerves. Anyway, all right, so if the Eagles, it's going to go down to this. I think that the New York Giants will go to the third team, the 3rd seed in that division in NFC East. I think it's going to be between the Washington football team and the Eagles, who are going to fight for the number 1 seed, the division, NFC East, that division. Again, Washington split with the Eagles. Washington split with the Giants. Eagles beat the Giants twice, so that's going to change. I think the Falcons possibly stay at 5, or can go to 6 as well. So we're ready to find out right now, though. So let's go do that right now and find out what's going on. All right, so let's go. Advance the wild card. Let's see what we got popping here. All right, we right back at it. Let's view the playoff brackets right now, and let's see how things go. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. And what happens is this. Eagles won the division. Like I said, Giants dropped down to 7th seed. That put the Washington football team at 6. This is the game the Washington football team didn't want. I'm going to be honest with you. They probably was better off at 7 right now, man. So this is them playing at 6 hurts them because they playing the Packers right now. And then we get a matchup from last year, 4 versus 5, once again. So the Eagles are going to go to travel to the Falcons and play in Atlanta. And Atlanta knocked the Eagles off last year in this same spot, wild card round. Now the football team got the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, they're going to travel to Green Bay, which is going to put them in a situation right now. I think they were in a better chance. And I know the Saints is hot right now, but their style of play, they were in a better situation, sitting at 7 right now. So that kind of hurt. I don't know, maybe if I was hitter, I wouldn't recommend anybody to do this. But if I was him, I would have lost that Cowboys game to just solidify you at 7 right there and give you a second, give you at least a chance to play one of those dogs in the divisional round, not to walk into Green Bay and try to get a win. That's very hard. You know, it's damn near impossible. But you got a running back just like he got one, and you got weapons all over the place. You let that team play for you and do some good things and don't make mistakes, and we might be seeing an upset here. I don't really see it happening. That's just me talking. You got to come in. You're in the office. You got to come in it with confidence. Simple as that. Now, I think the Eagles owe the Falcons in the worst way. The Eagles' Achilles heel has been the Falcons the last 2 playoff runs. Falcons have been knocking the Eagles' head around, knocking their dick in the dirt. You heard? They've been tearing their asses up, no homo. Now, with that being said, I think Boone is locked back in. We getting videos out of him. He's been in the chat, helped on the real talk. So he's back locked in right now. So I can't wait to see what this game look like over here. And then you got the Giants and the Saints. And here's the problem. This is the funny part. The Saints is a top tier player in the league, but the Giants is an orthodox player in the league. And I think this is a scary matchup, 2 versus 7. You get caught slipping, Hillburgers might pour a drink on you. It's just that simple, right? And then the Cardinals is just waiting to see who we going to see out of all those guys. And like I thought what happened, the Ravens slid back in the top and stole the whole conference, sitting here at 1, which pitched the Chargers at 2 and the Titans at 7, and that knocks the New England Patriots out the playoffs for the first time since season 2. That's a hell of a run. So if I'm Nano, I'm not mad about that because he knows as well as I know things happen. I gave him a win when he was supposed to have a loss. He manned up, took the next loss to fix that because that was a divisional game. So let's not look at Nano and start talking shit in the chat. And you know I'm not a Nano fan right now. Talking shit in the chat and all that. You ain't make the alls, blah, 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 blah. You know, because he could have been a dickhead and be like, nah, that's your mistake. You feel me? And he didn't. He manned up to it. You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm not gonna fuck the league or the situation up because I know what's going on and why it went down. It's an accident. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens as a commissioner. So I'm going to take that on the chin and say Nano had a better chance of making the playoffs, even though he would have had 2 losses against the Jets. That makes the Jets win the division, but who knows? Well, it kind of panned out the same way. It really didn't change anything because the win against the Jets he got helped him because if he beats the Saints, he wins the division when the Jets really would have had 2 wins over him. Instead, he split. So it really didn't hurt him as much. But it definitely moved Albert from 7 to 6 and gives him a game against the Jaguars, 3 versus 6, which he beat the Jaguars in a close game, 17-10 for this year. So I can't wait to see that matchup. That's a hell of a matchup right there. And then here we go, Jets versus the Bengals, and this is the disrespectful game right here, right? The question is Joe Burrow's playing in this game, right? I would think so because at the end of the day, I haven't been paying attention to how many games he's signing for, none of that shit. So we don't know how many games he sat. I can always go back and watch it, but I don't care. I think everybody want to be at their best in the playoffs. So once again, you know what I mean, I doubt the nigga that's playing ain't going to complain about it because he was supposed to be sitting down for 3 games. Not 3, I ain't played 4 games. I missed 4 games because my shit was... No, you had to play 3 games. Those 3 games had to be you playing another opponent for him to be sitting. But I'm quite sure the Jets ain't going to be on no bullshit and ain't going to care. So if I'm the Jets, I'm manning up. Fuck that. Let Burrow play. And that's just me saying because, like I said, I didn't check it. I was more proud of Jay sitting him down on his own and not putting me through no bullshit and having to do all that shit myself. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that. So I think Burrow should play. And if a guy like rules chat guy like Mike or anybody start bitching, we should start hashtagging let Burrow play. Let Burrow play. Let him fucking play. Let him play. You know what I'm talking about? I say let the motherfucker play. Let Burrow play. Let Burrow play. Right? Why not? Now, how about that matchup though? Jets, Bengals. I will say this: the Jets have a good defense, man. They have a really good defense. The Jets actually got one of the top. You got to think about it. The Jets defense since season 4, we in 6. Since season 5, the Jets defense has been top 5 defense in the league. Can the see, here's my thing. The Bengals can run the ball if he has to, but he wants to throw the ball more than anybody, right? So with that being said, can the Jets pass defense stop the Bengals pass offense when it comes down to the Jets Bengals game right here? I like this game. This is a game. This is one of those games where these guys don't play each other, and the chances they had, I think, then they really never crossed paths, or they might. I think it was forced wins handed out in these moments. Suspension, something was going on. I don't think they matched up yet. It's hard playing somebody you don't know or you haven't played. It's very hard. Anything can happen. I do know the Jets are home. They are in the Meadowlands. And the Bengals are traveling, and they're a pretty good road warrior team. So I'm not really scared about them playing on the road. But what I will say is this: I like the Jets defense, but here's the thing: uh, the Bengals have enough poise, and he has some things going on with Joe Burrow that puts him in a situation where he can make that read to third receiver and sometimes four. I mean, I would say more second and third receiver. He can make those reads, right? For two reasons. One, his play, the way he called plays, doesn't put him in a situation where his concepts are pretty much the same. So he knows his reads pre-snap as well. It's not because he knows what defense you in. He just know if this ain't open, this should be open. If that ain't open, check down. Simple as that, right? And that's a good mind to have. That's what makes him one of the top passers in the league. But the Jets defense is serious right now, man. They got a great pass rush. They got speed everywhere. And that secondary is really good. So I think it comes down to that. I don't think Mixon is going to be the guy with 25 carries in this game. I think that Jay and these Bengals are just, they demon time. They're very disrespectful. So these little motherfuckers will really come out here and try to dot you up all game long and put Mixon on the shelf. Like, I don't need him. And I think he's going to do that to prove a point, and that to me might not be the thing to do. So I don't know what this game is going to entail. You got to go with the guy with the most mouth, but here we go. The guy with the most proven wins. The guy but then it comes down to this: you in the element that you really ain't been really dominant in, the playoffs. So you in the playoffs, right? And with that being said, being in these playoffs, you haven't really been that successful. Your win-loss record is very much more losses than wins when it comes down to playoffs. So does that affect this guy at all? Me personally, I play him twice a year. I don't think it will. Um, Again, he's somewhere between 2 and 3 best passer in the league, in my opinion. All right. Again, this is my opinion. Um, Period. Right. And it's because when it comes down to concept, that concept is very hard to stop. What he does, you know what I'm saying? Simple as that. And he has it mastered. And when you got something mastered, man, it's hard to stop. You got to go through the extra lengths to do some things out there, right? Um, Period, right? So you're not just going to line up and say my player better than yours. I should win this matchup every time. You're just not going to do that because schemes over teams sometimes, right? So, and I just think this is going to be a really good football game. Now it could go two ways. We can watch a really good football game, and most will call 4 versus 5. If 4 beat 5, 4 is upsetting 5, even though they're a higher seed. Or we can see it get ugly real quick type game. You know what I'm saying? Um, when you play Demon Time, their whole motto is we disrespectful. Period. We trying to whoop this nigga ass. We don't respect him. He a bye week, and even if he lose, he's still a bye week. So they not the guys you can really talk shit to, and I love that about them. They don't give a fuck about a win or lose. They can lose, blame it on everything but the sun, and still don't give a fuck. Come right back out, win the next game, and then call everybody and they mama ass. Right. So that's what you're gonna get right now. This gonna be funny because I know Jay gonna tear the chat up. I'll tell you one thing, we love his chat energy. He gonna tear the chat up, and what happens is the Jets don't really be in the chat, so he ain't gonna respond to none of that shit. So he's gonna be talking to himself and us, just amusing us all week till this game get played. It's just, when is this game gonna get played is the question. That's what we're gonna be dealing with. Now, with that being said, we shoot over here to 3 verse 6. Steelers versus the Jaguars. I watched the whole game when the Steelers. This is when the Steelers was on fire. They came out, beat the shit out the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Their only loss was to the Bengals at this point. But then they had that dogfight game. Jaguars played really well in that game. And it came down to first and I think it was like first and like 25, first and 30. He had about 25 yards to go, but he had the ball first down. And we watched big time receivers like DJ Chark drop passes like their read was right. So look, the Jaguars missed the post route, but ball naked, missed it. And then he caught him on a corner route, got it, caught it, dropped it 3 straight times from first down after he missed the post route. Missed it. Wide the fuck open, missed it. And then the next 3 plays, he hit his receiver in the end zone or close to the end zone in the breadbasket, and he dropped them shits all 4 times. And that's how he lost, 17-10. Simple as that. I did watch the Steelers struggle this game offensively, but they played well enough to pull it out. When they needed the touchdown, they got that shit. Then you slide back over here to 2 verse 7 right now. Now here's the thing. The Titans were 4 last year because it was the 5 versus 4 matchup. They lost. They played a hell of a game against the Ravens last year up until fourth quarter. That game got ugly in the fourth. It was a 9-6 ball game all the way up until the fourth quarter. The Ravens got the Titans got a sneaky good defense over there. Do they have enough offensively to be able to put Corey in the situation right now? I don't think they do. I do think their rookie quarterback is in his second season now, and I do think he's still going to have to be controlled when playing with him. But if the Titans can get their run game going, that's the Achilles heel to these Chargers. I'm trying to tell you, if he can get the run game going and get a couple turnovers in this game, and he's careful with the football, we might be in a situation over here right now. Other than that, man, I gotta go with Hat Boy Corey in this game. 2 verse 7. I think Corey, he lost the Hillburgers and the Jets down the stretch, and I think he'll absolutely say some shit like this. Man, shit happens. Madden. Wasn't those guys. They not better than me. Madden was on some shit. Simple as that. So he ain't gonna look at the Titans. He ain't gonna do it the Titans. 2 year developments. Leave me the fuck alone. I'll get to them shits after the playoffs. I played those games. Just lagged and gave a forced win. Had McDonald going crazy. I deserve an extra one too, laughing out loud. Hell no, boy, you get all your shit. I might not do it right away, but you don't leave me alone until you get them. I got you though. I got everybody that watched the show last night. I'm on it. I know who it was. All right, now with that, first of all, man, I hope everybody had a great Christmas, man. Those that have a girlfriend, hope y'all and your girlfriend enjoyed the gifts y'all got them. Vice versa. Those who are married, hope your wives was very, had a good time. And then those that got kids in the league right now, man, I hope y'all did y'all kids right, man. My boys woke up, thanks to Mrs. Goodell, man. She gets it done when we need it. When we need that 1st and 5, she gets shit done. Certain shit we couldn't find. I'm running all over the place. She running all over the place, and she pulls the motherfucking instead of taking a layup, she shoot the 3-pointer from like the computer stand and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, whack, and bring that shit home. Both the boys, had a good time today. I don't know if many of y'all know my mom is fighting on early stages of Alzheimer's at a very young age, man. So today, first time in a while, I got her to come out and spend time with us as a family. So I enjoyed my day to day. So I hope everybody else have some type of story like that they can talk about and enjoy their birthday. I will say this: my girl brother comes in the fucking house with their gifts today. And we done got the kids. They got 2 kids. So we done got the kids 2 Nike hoodies, gift cards for the Xbox, My girl mad one of the hoodies didn't come in, so one of the boys would have had two of them. And we talking about Nike shit, so you ain't spend for anywhere from 40 to 60, $70 shits. And her brother comes in the fucking house with his wife and his two kids. We love the kids. Don't get it fucked up. We love the kids. Love the kids like a motherfucker. Love the kids. I'm trying to tell you. When they got gifts in their hand, and they throw one to my girl, one to my girl's son, 13, one to my girl mom, and then say you gonna thank me in the summertime. They opened it up. They were fucking beach towels. Oh God. Well, if any of y'all be in my household when I'm on headset, I don't hide shit. I don't unplug. You probably done heard my girl mouth. She talk shit. She frisbeed that shit from fucking living room to the kitchen on some beach towel shit. The mom, motherfucker, started dancing. I got a beach towel, being smart though, doing a Carlton and shit. Like I got a beach towel. And my stepson, looks at the goddamn towel and be like, well, what's the difference between this and a towel that you just take a shower with? This some bullshit. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up. Like, y'all moms have never even brought no fucking gifts over in the first place. Who does that? Fucking beach towels. So y'all spent the whole year getting ready for Christmas and it took a whole year to decide to get some money. You know what that was? One of them got a gift card from their job. This what happened. One of them got a gift card from their job. And that was the store, and the only thing they could think to get out that bitch was some beach towels, bro. I'd have wrapped them motherfuckers up in that beach towel and rolled them right out the fucking crib. Some fucking beach towels. Man, get the fuck out of there. But anyway, alright. Man, that's the AFC. So I do think the Chargers will beat number 7. 2 should beat 7. Now, this 3-6 game, I can't predict this game at all. At all. I think 5 has the to me the advantage over 4 right now, but 4 playing well when he does play, right? So I'm gonna go with Bengals, Steelers, Chargers. All right. Now over here on the other side of things, here we go. Now, like I said, Hollywood is a top tier guy in my eyes, and he's proven it. All he do is win, 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 win. DJ Khaled style, you know what I'm saying? So most of him losing don't even be him losing. That's facts, bro. This guy give out a force win and keep it moving. One of those guys that don't bitch about too much, but it's development. So, oh man, what's up? You said I get a gift. Where my shit at? That's my guy. So I do think he moves on. But this game's scary to me right here, man. You playing Hillburgers, and if Hillburgers ain't a half a gallon of corn liquor, if he ain't a half a gallon of corn liquor in on tomorrow when they play this game, then I think Hillburgers can motherfucking give him a problem, bro. Really. And then it's crazy because Kyler Murray is known to win ball games in the playoffs, so. And it's not that he's not doing a bad job with Kyler Murray. Like Kyler Murray his name is still ringing bells right now. It's not like he done fell off and went to a graveyard spot. So I think 7 got a really strong possibility of making this game into something we sit back and be like, damn, come on, Hollywood, how you lose to the Hillburgers? Simple as that, right? But I mean, just got numbers. Just gotta go to the numbers though, man. I just do think 2 beats 7 in this game. 3 versus 6. I'm riding with a hat boy all day. I don't give a fuck who on the other side of things right now, man. We smoking on that T-Pack. We smoking on that T-Pack. That Reggie, that shit be blowing heavy. We smoking on that T-Pack. Washington over the Green Bay Packers. I don't give a fuck what you screaming over there. And then when we come down here to 4 and 5, I'm gonna give my boy Boone some just due right here, man. I just think the fact that you ain't gonna beat Boone 3 straight times, bro. Like it's just end the playoffs in the same spot, not gonna happen. So I'm going with the Eagles over the Falcons, Washington over the Green Bay Packers, and New York Giants over the Saints. I lied. Hollywood, I think Hillburg is gonna get you. Motivation for that ass. Simple as that. Simple as that. Just don't we play and then we ride out. Simple as that. Now let's talk about MVP winners and all that good shit right now. Yeah, Here's what I want. Whoever's the MVP winner, I would like that coach to come on the show tonight. It's just that simple. Let's talk about your player. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Now, before I get into all that good Gucci shit, here's what happens right now. George Barkley has won an MVP, Player of the Week again, right? So George Barkley is a guy that's probably going to be able to get an extension. So I'm gonna start with the offensive players first, and we're gonna go from 17 back to one, right? So you got Lamar up here. Keep the count with me, fellas. Lamar and Barkley, offensive players. That's where we're staying at. Herbert and Big Baller Bennett, they all up there for the first time. Deshaun Watson and Wafi Camden, all up there for the first time. Herbert up there for the second time. Marshall Faulk up there for the first time. Valdez and Hurts, both up there for the first time. Tyreek Hill, Marshall Faulk up there for the second time. Tyreek Hill up there for the first time. Lamar Jackson's up there for the second time. Camden's up there for the second time. That's how good my memory is. Remember this. All right, Barkley up there for the second time. Hines up there for the first time. Solari up there for the first. Ruffin up there for the first. Ease Ford up there for the first. Nodge is up there for the first. Barkley's up there for the third time. Lamar Jackson's up there for the third time. Lamar Jackson's up there for the second time. Now Barkley's up there for the fourth time, and Lamar's up there for the third time. Deshaun Watson's up there for the second time. Solari's up there for the second time. LaDainian Thomas up there for the first. Burks up there for the first. Big Baller Bennett up there for the second time. Deshaun Watson's up there for the second time. Lamar Jackson's on his fourth time. Wafi Camden's on his third. George Barkley's on his fifth. Naeem Hines on his second. Y'all get it? So George Barkley and Lamar Jackson are both got 4 or more Player of the Weeks. Both those guys will get a 2-year extension on their contract. Now, let's slide back over. Let's see if we got any defensive guys. Boudet, Burgess, week 1. Jackson, Savage, week 2. Morales, Harrison Jr., week 3. Clifford, Johnson, Pride. You know what I'm going to start doing? If you can get a defensive player up there twice, I think we'll go there and give it a 1-year extension because it's hard as hell to get your defensive players up there. So if you get a guy up there twice, then I think this is what we do. So Boudet, Burgess, Savage, Jackson, Pedro Morales, Harrison Jr., Clifton, Isaiah Johnson, Henderson, Troy Pride, Lamar Sturdivant, Isaiah Simmons, Pedro Morales, that's twice. Morton, Still, Adoree Jackson, Walker, Denzel Ward, Pedro Morales, he up there for 3 times. He fucking around already get it on the 4. He might get to 2. Lamar Sturdivant up there twice. Tony Brown, Bentley, Woodley, Royal, Macklin, Troy Bennett, Boone, Sherwood, Deion Jones, Derwin James, LeVar Arrington, Desmond Boone up there twice. Justin Simmons. Boudet up there twice, and Burgess is up there twice. So they are 1-year contract guys right here. All right, so as you can see, let's get back to it. Week 1, Boudet. Oh, no, that was week 1. I'm sorry, Boudet only did it once. Let me see, Boudet only did it once. Burgess only did it once. So we got Simmons, Boone. I know Boone was up there twice. I'll stay with Boone right now. There go Boone twice. All right, and let's go back to 17. Justin Simmons, let's make sure he didn't pop up twice. Let's look for Justin Simmons. Nope, no Justin Simmons. So let's get back to it. All right, Derwin James, LeVar Arrington. Let's see if we see Derwin James again. Nope, no Derwin James. Sherwood and Jones. I'm not looking at the Browns. Deion Jones. We'll pay attention to Deion Jones. 1. Nope. Bennett. We already did Dez. I must have already passed everything already. So we got Bennett at 14. Yep, we already went past that. So let's go back to 14 and get Bennett again. All right, so Bennett up there once. Des Boone gets a 1-year extension. Lamar Sturdivant gets a 1-year extension. Pedro Morales gets a 1-year extension. That's 3 so far. Rest of these names I haven't seen more than once. Maybe Isaiah Simmons. No, we got Steele, Simmons, Pride, Burgess. Back on the end, back in. That's it. All right. So Pedro Morales will get a 1-year extension. Lamar Sturdivant will get a 1-year extension. Dez Boone will get a 1-year extension. And on offense, George Barkley will get a 2-year extension. And Lamar Jackson will get a 2-year extension. All right. Now, MVP. Here we go. Poof. For the third time, Marshall Faulk Jr. steals the MVP race right now. Even with Barkley having that 6-touchdown game situation right there, man. Marshall Faulk Jr. comes back up and takes it for the third time in his career. Shout out to Marshall Faulk, winning MVP. Barkley 2, Camden 3, Lamar Jackson 4, Naeem Hines finishes 5th. All right, Offensive Player of the Year, Naeem Hines is in 1, Lamar Jackson 2, LaDainian Tomlinson 3, Deshaun Watson and Justin Herbert 4 and 5. NFC style over here, Faulk, Barkley, Camden, Herrera, Bo Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, Pedro Morales, Winfield, Dez Boone, Isaiah Simmons, and Elba at 5. AFC over here, Derwin James, Julius Peppers, Devin Bush, D. Moore, Marvin Thomas, C.J. Henderson, because this is a computer guy right here, Devin Bush, right? I already did defense. Let's go. Rookies of the Year. Wait, did I do defense for the NFC? I think I did. Pedro, yep, I did it already. All right, so let's look at Rookies of the Year over here. NFC, Camden, Ford, Boone, Big Bus Booman, and Jadarius Michaels rounds it off as the top 5. AFC, Kid, Law, J. Rome, Deontay George, and Keyshawn Hemsley. So really, just Jonathan Lamb. I would give it to him over Hemsley because it was all computer games. And same thing in the NFC. The number 5 guy is really right here, Tito Leyva, the wide receiver for the Giants. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Candyman Willis II, Sean Myers, Deshaun Sanders, He Hit Me, Johnny Crawford, Will Shirley. So we're going to go Will Shirley and Bo Peppers because Johnny Crawford played the first 5 games and then his house burnt down and he wasn't playing. He did say he was back in the chat, but Will Shirley and Bo Peppers, man, safety and the D-tackle, top guys in the draft as well. AFC, let's look at this shit over here. All right, Teron Jen, shout out to my boy D West. Manning Hardesty, this is a linebacker we're gonna get to watch in this wild card game. Balling. When I say he don't look like a rookie at all, he balling. Computer Love, Levon Kirkland, another guy that's balling. It's really scary too, man. Bob Sanders Jr. really didn't play, but I gotta give him a shout out. He tanked this year as well. Kendrick Oliver. So this is what it'll look like for real. It'll look like Ginn, Hardesty, Kirkland, Oliver, and then Michael Dotson will be your top 5. I did do defense already. Yep, for best quarterback. NFC, Camden, Solari, Murray, Manning, Ford. That's your top 5 right there. AFC, Watson, Herbert, Lamar, Burrow, and Finley. And Burrow set 3 games too. Here's my sleeper quarterback right here, TJ Finley. Sleeper. All right. Best running back in the NFC. Wait, did I do quarterbacks? Yep, I did that already over there. All right, so running backs, Naeem Hines, Thomas, Moore, all playoff guys right here except for Hines. Thomas is still playing. Moore is still playing. Devon Black's not playing. Hendricks is still playing. Top 5 right there, though, fellas. And the NFC, let's see the top 5 that's still remaining. Barkley still playing. Falk still playing. Herrera still playing. Jackson still playing. AntHits, Tracy Boone still playing. Best receivers over here: Big Baller Bennett 1, Favors 2, Metcalf 3, Odom. Robert Odom has been on this list a lot for the last 3 seasons since he's been in. And this guy normal. Well, he wasn't normal. I don't know if he got bumped up or not, but he's the normal doing this. Isabella at 5. AFC: Godwin, Hill, Valdez Scantling, D'Angelo Ruffin, and Christopher Ruffin. Crossing route Ruff and deep threat Ruff. Both of these guys, man, balling out right there. Poppy got it. Poppy got it. I get my coat from Jose. When you throw the ball to this kid, boy. Who's up in that shit out? Checkmate. Got out here. Checkmate. Bear with me. I want to see something. Music 2. Import Figgity. Wafe in the building. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bet. Alright. Here's how I go. Go like this. You know you got dog when he got his own song. Just remember. Oh God, I can't wait for these videos to come out. Every time he score, Poppy got it. Time out. Love it when you come in, Big Papa. And he had 6, but I had to talk about that guy. It took that much time to go find that. Anyway, here we go. On the NFC side, I showed that already. Let's get to these offensive linemen. We got to show the linemen love. Danny Martin, Green Bay Packers, Victor Woodard, Washington's TJ Foote, Saints, Brad Pitt, and the Cardinals, Cesar Ruiz, CMD nigga, Ben Grubbs, Joe Jones Israel, Rashard Knighton, Quan Benson, Eric Jones Israel, top 5. There we go. Defensive line, here we go. We got Marvin Thomas at D tackle. Every year he's up here doing some things right now. I think Syracuse is the best D tackle in the league, but I mean, from time to time he just shows you he might be the best defensive tackle in the league. Rashawn Gary, ever since he's been a Texan, he's been playing at a high level. Willis McGinnis always been the guy since he's been in the league. James Harrison Jr., and then here's that guy, the Black Syracuse, Anthony Syracuse, the Black Sun, sitting there at 5, right? Let's go look at the wait, my bad. Don't show some NFC love over here. Chase Young, Greg Brown in the playoffs. Chase Young in the playoffs. Rashard Lawrence in the playoffs. Terrence Crosby Jr. in the playoffs. Montez Sweat in the playoffs. We got 2 Redskins up here, 2 Cardinals up here, and a Packer. Best linebackers: Elba, Simmons, playoff, Woody, Raymond Hood, playoff, Deion Jones, playoffs. So it look like, as you really look at the Saints is up here, then it's Cardinals, Falcons. AFC, these linebackers on playoff team: Julius Peppers, Devin Bush, Vander Esch, Hardesty, and Tim Till. Best DBs over here: Darwin wins this award, I think for the 3rd time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Jamil Dean's balling as well. Henderson up here for the first time at 4. You got Lamar Sturdivant, Dory Jackson, and Lamar Sturdivant flat out is the best corner in the league. Nobody got a corner on their team better than him at all. At all, Candy Man. At all, Candy Man. So that's your playoffs right now. All right, I will be attacking these guys' teams to watch the video last night. Shout out to everybody that won their division. Let's take a look at that real fast. Here we go. AFC North Ravens, after losing it last year to the Bengals, come back and win it. Ravens with the dub. Ravens, Bengals, Steelers in that order. AFC South, Jaguars and Titans split in the tie earlier on in the year. Jaguars came back, beat the Titans again. Texans and the Colts both were tank mode this season. So Jaguars, Texans, Titans are in the playoffs right now. AFC East, Jets made it alone. 10-6 and didn't make the playoffs. I tell you how crazy the AFC was this year. 11-5, Jets get it done. West, 13-3, just now dropped from first place. Held it down for about 6 weeks straight, and then lost week 17. And he will be playing home week 1 wild card round. But Chargers has won their division again. NFC North, Packers, 14-2. You know what he do. South, Saints, 14-2. I think the Saints won it this year. They all flip-flop. But the Falcons, 13-3. Both other two teams went to tank mode heavy. NFC East, Eagles comes back and wins the division after being down a lot. Football team, as you can see, 11-5, 11-5, 11-5. All three made the playoffs. Football team took second in the division, and the Giants took third in the division with the Cowboys with 2 wins. NFC West, as you can see, 15-1. Simple as that. Home field advantage throughout, and first round by Seahawks, 7-9. Simple. There you go. That's our division winners right now. This AntHits the franchise guru. Christmas is damn near over in 8 minutes, fellas. Enjoy the real talk. Let's see how this playoffs run go. We right back at it, a reload season. AntHits the franchise guru. Holla when we holler. You heard?